Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about inflation and its effects. So when we say inflation, what does it actually mean? So inflation is basically increase in the price level of an economy. So what is this price level of an economy? So we have heard that every good has a price. We know that every good has a price. There's a certain price of a good. But how do we calculate the price level of the economy? What is the price of an economy? So it is basically the average of price of a basket of commodities. So what we do is that the government takes a bundle of goods. So suppose in that bundle it's government's choice to include some goods and not to include others. And when I take a cumulative average of those goods, it can be average or it can be any other index, any other formula to calculate the price of those commodities combined. So it is basically the cumulative price of that basket of goods. So we have CPI, we have WPI, which has different baskets to calculate the prices of an economy. But however, in this video we will not go into the detail of the methods available. All we are concerned is that inflation is the increase in the average price level of an economy. And what is this price level? It is nothing but the average of prices of a bundle of goods that are present in a basket, which is chosen by the government itself. And so now let's move to the effects of inflation. So when there is an inflation, what would happen? So we will assume that the price level of economy was 1 and now it moves to price level of 2. So basically the price in the economy has risen from $1 to $2. So what would happen in such a scenario is, first I can say that there is going to be a fall in purchasing power. So what do you mean by purchasing power? It is important to understand purchasing power to understand the effects of inflation. So when I say purchasing power, so I mean if a person is earning $100 and now he is spending all his income in apples. So we are assuming an economy where the goods consumed is just apple. So now when the price was 1, he bought 100 apples, right? Price of apple was 1. But now since the price of apples has changed to 2, how many apples can he buy? Only 50. So basically this is a fall in the quantity that he can purchase. So I say that there is a fall in purchasing power. Although his income is same, but the amount of goods he can buy and consume with that income have fallen. So basically it is the fall in the quantity of goods he is purchasing, or a fall in purchasing power. And now we move to the second effect. It leads to a fall in savings. So how will savings be affected? Like if I've saved $100, would it go down? Like how can this fall due to inflation? This 100 can't be changed to 80, right? Even if there is a fall in price level, this 100 won't be automatically converted to 80. What would happen is this value of savings, or this value of 100 would go down. So earlier with this 100 I could have bought 100 apples, but now with this 100 rupees of saving or $100 of saving, I can buy only 50 apples. So this is the purchasing power of my savings is going down. So what is happening? Value of my savings is going down due to inflation, right? It is the second point. Then it says that it affects my poor disproportionately. So it affects poor more. So why it is affecting poor more? This is because if a poor is earning $100 and a rich is earning $500, right? So what would happen is, due to the rise in prices, a poor can buy only 50 apples, right? Due to a rise in prices. But however, for the rich, if he was buying 100 apples earlier when the price was 1, now he can continue to buy 100, right? Because even if the price is risen to $2, how much these 100 apples would cost him? Just $200. Now the poor cannot afford this $200, but the rich can go and buy these apples. So it affects the poor more, because poor has less income which he is completely spending on consumption. But however, rich out of these $500 earlier, he was spending just $100, and after inflation he can continue to spend $200 and nothing for him would change substantially. But however, this is not true for the poor. So that is why we say that inflation affects poor more than the rich. Now we move on to the fourth point, rate of interest. It is an important point. It is really important for your prelims point of view as well. So when I talk of rate of interest, what happens is, when my prices are going up, what is happening? My real money in the economy is falling. My money supply is falling in real terms. So although if there was $100 in an economy earlier, it continued to be $100 in the economy, but however the price of those $100 have fallen. So real money supply has fallen, but we know that money demand is same. Money demand has not changed, and in an economist, any price, and what is the price in this? Rate of interest is determined when money demand is equal to money supply. And now my money supply has fallen. So what is happening? Money supply becomes less than money demand. My money demand is same. So in order to ensure this equilibrium, what I need is, I need my money demand to fall, and it will fall only when my rate of interest would rise. Why? Because when there is a larger rate of interest, you demand less loans, right? You have to repay a larger amount of rate of interest on your loans. So your demand for money, your demand for loans would go down. And when money supply, real money supply is going down, I need a fall in money demand, which can happen only my rate of interest goes up. So this effect is that rate of interest goes up. It is another effect of inflation. Now I move on to the fifth part. What happened is, my investment would go down. Why does it happen now? Because my rate of interest is going up. So earlier what was happening was, you were taking loans and investing in residential property, or maybe construction business, or maybe any kind of business. But now, since the rate of interest has gone up, you would invest less, you would borrow less. And when you will borrow less for investment, what is going to happen? My investment is going down, and when your investment is going down, your income would also substantially go down, because investment is a part of income, right? So now we move on to sixth point, which says that it would cause depreciation in an economy. Now what is this depreciation? It is a fall in currency price. So we hear in everyday news that $1 is equal to 70 rupees. Suppose this is the exchange rate in an economy. Okay, now what inflation does is, how does it causes depreciation? By depreciation, I mean that now $1 would cause me 80 rupees. So this amount is going up, this number is going up, this is depreciation. Okay, this means price of rupee is falling. This means that depreciation means a fall in price of rupees, and this is how it looks when we look at the exchange rate. Now why this would happen? This is because when my price of goods is rising, my exports would go down, right? Because goods are expensive, and now if the foreigners would demand less of my goods, and also the input price is going up for the producers, so they would not be able to produce profitably, so my exports would go down. Second thing what would happen is that my imports would go up. Why? Because the outside goods are now cheaper, right? Because price of my own goods, my own economy have gone up. So I would try to substitute that with my imports. I would try to get those same items from an outside country rather than my own country. So my imports would go down. What would this mean is, my trade deficit, the formula for trade deficit is exports minus imports. Trade deficit would rise. So trade deficit rises, and whenever my trade deficit rises, it leads to fall in price of my currency or depreciation. Why does it happen? Why does trade deficit leads to depreciation? Because what is happening is, now demand for dollars is rising. When there is a trade deficit, that means there is less demand for rupee and more demand for dollar. And when there is more demand for dollar, means my demand for Indian rupee is falling. And when there is a fall in demand for anything, what happens? The price of that thing falls, and the price of Indian currency is rupee is this. and so currency depreciates. Now we move on to the seventh point, which says that government budget rises. So government deficit rises. So why does government deficit rises? G minus T. This is the budgetary deficit. So what happens is, now government was paying government expenditure, incurring government expenditure for various projects. Now since there is a rise in price, it has to pay more, right? Its savings, all that it has collected in revenue in tax form, it falls. The value of taxes falls, which it has in its reservoirs, and the value of its expenditure will go up, that it has still to incur. So this whole term budgetary deficit rises. So it is a loss for the government as well. So these were the 7 effects of inflation. If you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section, and if you like the video, do subscribe to my channel and do hit the like button. Thank you so much.